Welcome to my
Yes,
show,
sir.
Josh. How you doing?
I'm doing all right. How you doing, man?
All right, where you from, Josh?
I'm originally from Orlando, Florida, but I live in Georgia now.
What part of Georgia?
Moultrie. It's Southwest Georgia.
Yeah, yeah, you close to Albany, however you pronounce it.
Albany.
Yeah, whatever, you down there. So, how did you find my show?
I was just scrolling through the lives, um, checking stuff out and stuff. I loved it actually. Like it kind of grosses me out. A lot of it's kind of disgusting because I mean, 90% of it now is just racial hate, and it's really sad to see that we're coming to a point in a country now where we've got so much racial hate when we've made so much progress in the past years, and people decide to see what they want to see, and when like you said when it came to the Kyle Rittenhouse case, Kyle Rittenhouse didn't even shoot a black dude. He shot white guys, and they were attacking him. Not saying what he was doing was right. Dude should have never been there. Should have never been there. But he was defending himself. When you talk about George Zimmerman, every single person that I know, I'm from Orlando, Florida. Every
Right.
single person I know absolutely hated George Zimmerman. He was a piece of shit. He was garbage. That was not stand your ground. Like he did not protect himself adequately. He was just a piece of shit. Actually, one of my friends was like I grew up with a lot of bikers and stuff like that. And we were at I don't know if you ever heard of it, but we were at this bar called Gators on the River down in Orlando. And Jordan Zimmerman came up there and he was acting like he was all tough and stuff like that. He was, kind of drunk, had a buzz, saying that he was the one that shot George Zimmerman or shot Trayvon Martin and stuff like that. And actually, one of my biker friends pretty much yoked him up and told him he was a piece of shit to get out of the bar because nobody actually respected him. Because if you can't throw hands and fight like a man, then don't go after people. If you're gonna sit there and try to kill somebody and that's your only option, don't run your mouth. Just
And
just
that's
go do something.
see, but that's the thing. People, and this is and this is and you made excellent points, and I'm sure the panel would agree. The issue with that is that when people have firearms, when they're carrying pew-pews, they feel a lot more powerful, and they'll do things that they normally wouldn't do. And how it up until about the early 90s, people settle disputes with physically with fisticuffs. Um,
Mm-hmm.
but that's not the way because the media and it's all connected. The media
Absolutely.
glorifies movies like you remember that movie back in the 70s, Death Wish?
Yep.
And we always want the guy to get the so-called bad guys, but we never talk about the situation that the person was in. Why are you going looking for trouble? If you're going to look for trouble, you're going to find trouble. And those are the things that we have to look at and say, look, the far right doesn't want gun control because they think that if they don't have their guns, that people are just going to come and take them over,
So
which
that's
it's a
that's a
fallacy.
that's a misconception
Yeah,
because it's not just the far right. It's anything right of the left doesn't want gun control. I mean, I see myself more libertarian than I do right, left, anything else. I just believe that the government should not be involved in my life whatsoever. I don't like abortions, but I don't think that the government should be able to control anybody's body or anything like that. Like I think that's more of a moral issue. But it's anybody that's just right of left is a far right now, and
yeah,
it's not really healthy. It's not healthy to look at people like that because it's you can't just sit there and label somebody far right because they have one other opinion that's different than what your opinion is. There's other opinions that they have that you can search and dig down and look and be like, oh, okay, like you're not as just because I have a different opinion than you on one subject doesn't mean that we disagree on everything.
Right.
And it doesn't make me far right and it doesn't make you far left. Like I'm sure that there's a lot of things that we can come to agreement on when
Uh,
it comes to basic human rights and stuff like that.
but
Like when
that's
it comes to
common decency,
policing,
though. That's common decency. We're not in this regime. We're not practicing that. We don't have common decency because it's what I call the no true Scotsman. There's nobody that that can be there can never be somebody that's totally MAGA. And
yeah,
that's, because what it is that they're more about fear and love than they are about equality and justice. You can see by who they attack, and they claim to be religious, but the only religion they're following is under the current president, and
yeah.
I don't care if you like him or not, he's not doing a good job. He wasn't going to do a good job, and by all of these by all of these metrics, he's still not doing a good job. And that's what happens that we don't look at all the time. And we see these things and yet we're not reacting to them like we should because it's happened so much that way past it's way past what we should do, and we're in reaction mode, and that's kind of how he's getting away with a lot of that stuff. On that note, I gotta do a quick reset. This is DFG's corner. I am DFG. Feel that's good. I'm the man with the golden voice, the lady's choice, and of course, smooth as a Rolls Royce. I got my team with me. I got my favorite girl, the chocolate pearl. I got the lady that's sweet as Snapple, Miss Apple, and I got the lady that's lean, Miss Bean. We form a team every Tuesday night, 8:30 Eastern. We're also related. We're family, so it's like y'all in a family call. So we while you're in your family. So I'm gonna
Well,
go.
hello, family.
Yeah, yep. I know. I was trying to holler at you, Miss Victorious, but you didn't have your
I
stuff
was
on.
on mute. I was on mute.
It's all good. Welcome to the team, KS King Reloaded. Lindsay, I know you've been on mine, Miss Valerie, out there in lovely Nashville area, Tennessee. She's been working for the state of Tennessee for over 42 years. She's a good woman and she's a good friend of mine. Also, on YouTube, Instagram, and Facebook. I want to thank y'all for all coming on, and as we grow this show, I'm trying to get the 50,000 subscribers before June. I'm at 22,000. Get me there. Come on now. Get me there. Like, share, subscribe. Come on in and we talk. There's no um just keep it somewhat respectful, and we're not gonna trash talk everybody, but we will trash talk. Now, Dream, what do you think about the Carmelo Anthony situation?
Oh, sorry. Explain. Can you put me up on the
Carmelo
comment?
Carmelo Anthony. Oh, I forgot you was across the pond. Carmelo
Yeah.
Anthony was a young African American male who was at a track meet outside of Austin, Texas, in Frisco to be exact. And the Metcalf brothers, Austin, I don't remember the name of the other brother, came and told him to move from a tent after it was raining. He threw Carmelo's phone and pushed him, and Carmelo said, "Don't touch me anymore." He touched him again, and he was bigger. He was 220 pounds, and Carmelo was about 160. And Carmelo took something out of his bag. From what I understand, they said it was a knife, but everybody's saying it was a cleat cleaner, clean the mud out your cleats, and used it. And unfortunately, he unalived them. It's bad that happened, but a lot of people on the MAGA side were saying that you know he's a murker, and he didn't, and they did a GoFundMe, and he has the support of most of the African American community, and those who understand, those who understand the disparity in justice and judicial outcomes in this country for ad infinitum. And a lot of people don't like that when the script is not, when the script doesn't follow the script. And everybody knows we have those things. Before I get with you, Big Al, Dream, that sums up the situation.
All right. So with that being said, the situation is, I mean, as far as I'm concerned with it, I'm always rooting for everybody black. And in this situation, I feel like we're always abused and misused and treated illy. It was wrong, but at the end of the day, there's been so many black bodies that have been unalived at the hands of white young people and white old people back to slavery and colonization. So I don't, I feel like it's a sad situation, but I'm not sure if there should be any more outrage than there was for anything else.
But that's not, I mean, you know how that goes. Big Al?
Yeah, I had just sent you a messenger before you mentioned the cleat sharpener. There's an article that described what Kamala had was a cleat sharpener and not a knife. And the other point that I was going to make is that people talk about Carmelo's family having a GoFundMe site and raising money, but the victim also has a GoFundMe site that has over 500 no yeah, about $500,000 that they have raised. So they mentioned Carmelo and the fact that his parents may have used some of the money to move into a new home where there was more security, where they were being harassed and threatened, but nobody talks about the white guy who put hands on Kamala and the fact that his family has raised over 500,000 in a GoFundMe site as well.
I say something fast, please.
We got go ahead, Josh.
Yeah, so I respect every single one of you. I think you all great human beings. I think this conversation, the way that it's going about, isn't quite neat because I feel like it's all racially, like it's all going in one direction, and you're putting yourself in an echo chamber to where you're not really like you're all sitting here agreeing on one thing, and
I am white. Don't leave until I talk.
Let him talk, huh? Let him talk. He didn't say nothing to you. Let him talk. Google a cleat sharpener, and you'll never find a cleat sharpener. There's really, I mean, maybe it came up in like the early, I don't know, 20s, whenever football and stuff like that was first invented. Like, there's no such thing as a cleat sharpener.
For track, have you ever run track?
No, it's like a brush. My brother just run track, but you run track on an asphalt.
Well, that some of them, some track, they're different surfaces, and I'm not discounting what you're saying. I'm not discounting what you're saying. The thing is here's the point is that he didn't have anything illegal when he whatever he used. And like I said, it's a tragedy regardless of, I don't care what color he is, what color Austin Metcalf was. It's a tragedy that he lost his life.
You're absolutely right. But I believe that if he wasn't a young black man, I don't think that we would be having this conversation. It wouldn't be on the media. Like, we wouldn't be having this conversation.
You don't think we'll have this conversation?
Okay, can I finally say something? I mean, I've been sitting here.
Hold on, let him finish. Let him finish, team. Let him finish.
Because I feel like it is so unhealthy. Because like we're sitting here attacking each other for the color of our skin, and you don't realize that it's the government and the mainstream media that is doing this to us.
And
okay, now can I talk?
Go ahead, Chaos.
Day-to-day guide.
Go ahead.
Day-to-day guide.
Okay, Josh, I've sat here.
Listen.
Josh, I call bullshit because I sit here and listen to you talk the entire time.
My man, I have cancer.
Josh,
okay?
let me, you've had the floor since I got in here.
I'm just trying to live my day-to-day life. I can
Okay, good. Well, live your day-to-day life. But your day-to-day life does not compare with the existence of my day-to-day life.
Really?
Okay, so no.